Welcome to the Furry Friends Rock Art Camp! My name is Melia.
And I'm Patti.
And we are so excited to welcome you to camp.
I'm so glad you're here. This is going to be a blast. We're going to make things like families and friends, cats, dogs, birds, and you will learn how to do each of these in our camp. We are also going to do some fun things like stretching and deep breathing and things that help us feel really good and be more creative. So I just wanted to give you a quick video to tell you about who we are. So in a minute you're going to meet Melia and we'll tell you about us and we'll learn about you. And I want to tell you what you can expect for the art camp experience. So would you believe that we get to work together, we get to play together for 5 weeks or 5 modules. These are all pre-recorded so you can take these at the pace that you want to take them. But if you do this every week for 5 weeks, you'll get to be with us every single day. We have a new video and a new lesson or activity to do. So it's going to be so much fun. Let me just give you a few tips about what we're doing. So this week, we are first going to be all about the rocks. It's about where do you find your rocks, what shapes of rocks to get, and how we're going to put those together. So this whole week, I'm going to be teaching you about the rocks. I bet you already have some, but we're gonna go find some more, and I hope that you'll be able to get outside and look for more. And if you can't get outside, we're also doing a class this week on making cookies, the shapes of rocks. A cooking class. That's gonna be so much fun. The next thing I want you to know about is the activity book. So there is a downloadable PDF where you can either look at it on your screen or you can print it out. And this activity book is fantastic because it shows you all the rock art shapes that you're going to want to have. It'll give you pages for our activities that we're doing. So very helpful. By the end of this week, we're going to create a rock art box. That's right here. This is something that you'll create, putting together all of your supplies that you'll need for camp. And so every day when you're ready to do camp, you'll just go get your box and then you have everything you need. And when you're done with the camp for the day, you can just go put back the box. Mom will love that you're making it so clean and easy for you to have rock art camp. There's also an app. There's a mobile app for the phone where you can be doing all this. Maybe you're already doing it on your phone, but just in case you didn't know, you could download the app and do all this there. At the end of this week, we're going to tell you about the badges. You can become a certified rock art specialist for each of the rock art pieces that you're doing. So we have award badges that we're awarding after you've done all of your classes and you feel good about being able to do that piece of art. So make sure in your activity book, you'll see the page on the badges that you can print out and cut out and be awarded those at the end of each of these modules. So that's it. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, would you like to meet the kittens? This is White Paws. Say hi. I'm White Paws. Oh, she's kind of shy.
We want to get to know you, and we would like to start off by telling you a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah, let's tell them 5 things about each other.
Okay, so we're gonna choose 5 objects and we're gonna tell you about ourselves, and then we would love to invite you to share with us 5 things or 1 thing or however many things you want to on our Facebook group for our rock art camp.
Like,
now,
what do they share? Like, what kinds of things?
They could share maybe their favorite color or their book they read.
Or their favorite food.
Or their favorite toy.
Maybe you found a cool rock. Yes,
that would be, we would love to see anything. And so we're going to give you an example by sharing first, and then you're going to share. And so make sure you get some help from somebody that's older that can help you take a picture of some of these things and share them into our group. But first, we want to hear from Patti. Patti,
okay.
Would you like to share?
Yes, I have 5 things I'm going to share with you. Hey friends, I get to share with you 5 things about me so we can get acquainted. So here we go. First of all, I love the outdoors. I love being outside and looking and smelling and feeling and scrambling and hiking and climbing up the rocks and looking all over and turning over rocks. I just love to be outside. So most of the things I'm going to share with you are kind of about nature and being outside and the animals and exploring. So number 1 is I love birds. And when I was really little and really short, a long time ago, I would go out in my backyard with little breadcrumbs in my hand and the birds would fly down and swoop up and pick one up and fly away. And then one day the birds started sitting on my hands and they would eat the bread out of my hands. So I love that so much. But there's a sad story to that. Do you want to hear it? One day I decided that I loved the bird so much I wanted to hold one and take it home and show my mom. And so when I was sitting there and they had learned to trust me and eat out of my hands, right when they swooped in, I closed my hands and I missed them because I wasn't fast enough. And the birds didn't come back after that for a very long time. I broke their trust. So I learned from that, and now I am a more trustworthy person, and now I don't try to capture the birds or any of the animals. I just help them any way I can. Okay, that's number one. Number two is I got to work on the other side of the world. Let me show you how that works. So this is a globe of the whole planet Earth. And you live somewhere on this globe. And I live over here. Where am I? I'm over here. I live in the United States of America, and I live right there in Utah. I came from Oregon. It's kind of where I grew up, but this is where I live. And I got to have a job where I worked in Africa. And that meant I flew all the way across the United States and all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And then here's Africa, this big, huge continent called Africa. And I flew all the way down to South Africa. And then I came up to Tanzania where I got to work for 4 months. It was so cool. In Africa, that's where the big lions and giraffes and zebras and all these amazing animals are. The animals are big, and so are the bugs. Like, have you ever held or seen a centipede before? Those are the ones, a little tiny, kind of like a caterpillar, only has a whole bunch of legs along there. Well, ours are about this big. Well, theirs are this big. I'm not kidding. The bugs over there are huge. The praying mantis, I love those little guys. The ones that look like they're praying, the little bug. Well, ours are like that big, but theirs are like this big. I held one on my arm. Okay, so we got the birds, we got Africa. My third one is that I got to make friends with kids at the hospitals. I was a music therapist for a while, and so I'd take my guitar in and we would sing songs together if they felt good enough. Sometimes I just sang to them. Like maybe, do you know Old MacDonald Had a Farm? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here and a quack quack there, here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, do you like to sing songs? Yeah, well, we sang all kinds of songs. It's just a really nice way to make friends when you can sing together. Okay, are you ready for this? Number 4. I got to work in the North Pole. Oh my goodness, it's so freezing cold. It's really super cold there. So we had to wear these really warm things. When you got on the airplane to fly all the way up to the North Pole, you had to wear a super furry hat and a big giant coat and mittens and special shoes so that when you got off the airplane, you didn't freeze to death. It's true. But you know the strangest thing? I never saw Santa Claus or the reindeer. But when I got there, I got to have some training called polar bear safety training. It's true. They have polar bears there and they can hurt you because they look really cuddly, but they're wild. And so you can't like touch them. And so we got all this training on polar bear safety. Kind of cool. Want to see where it is on the globe? So here's my globe again. And there is the United States of America. And all the way up there is Alaska. And the North Pole is kind of all that space up there. And at the top of Alaska is where I went in Prudhoe Bay, and that's the North Pole. And that was pretty cool. Number 5, it's camping. I love to go camping. Have you ever gone camping out into the mountains or in the desert, in the woods? Oh, it's so much fun because you can take your tent and then you get to crawl in your tent, sleep there at night and watch the stars. It's just wonderful. So I thought I'd set up my tent for you and show you my tent and show you how to set up a tent. Let's go. Love camping, but I do have a bonus for you that I would love to show you. I have 4 special little things in my home right now, and I'm gonna go get them and show you. Let's go. I have to show you this. Okay, here's Smudge, and here's White Socks. And here's Bear. Doesn't it look like a bear? I don't think I can carry another one. And here's, oh, here they all are. Here's the kittens. Say hi to my friends, kittens. Hi. Hi, friends. Bear is so cute. He looks a lot like a bear, doesn't he? Rawr. Yeah, you tell him. That's Bear. And then we have Smudge. Come here, Smudge. Smudge is the softest of the kitties. Say hi, Smudge, to my friends. Hi, friends. Oh, she's so sweet. Okay, guys, good job. Mama's here too. You want to meet Mama? Okay, come here, Mama. This is the Mama kitty. She's such a good Mama. I love her. Oh, say hi to my friends. Hi, everybody. I'm the mom. Yeah. All right, well, we'll see you later. But this is my 6th thing. Am I allowed to have 6 things? So what do you think about that? I have so many fun things to share, and I know you do too. But first, let's hear from Melia. What are your 5 things?
I can't wait to show you. I am so excited to share 5 things about me. First, I want to see if you can guess about the first thing I want to talk to you. This is number 1. Do you know what this is or who this is? Can you see it? That's right. It's Mickey Mouse. And I love collecting Disney snow globes. Actually, my first job I ever had when I graduated from high school was working at Disneyland. I love to work there. I love to go on the rides when I wasn't working, and it was just such a fun place to work. I was able to work in the parades and Fantasmic, which is a show that's over the water. I was one of those people with the yellow jackets and the flashlights telling people which way to go. This way, go that way. And it was so much fun. And here's a picture of me in my uniform back when I worked at Disneyland. It was so much fun. The second thing I want to tell you about is volleyball. I love playing volleyball. I played all throughout my school years and even as an adult. I love to play volleyball. Does anybody else like to play volleyball or any other sports? Now, this is actually the same uniform that I wore when I was in high school. And that was a long time ago. Let's see if it still fits. Oh my goodness, it still fits. Look at that, number 14. It was so much fun to play and to set and to bump and to spike. Have you ever watched a volleyball game? It is so exciting. I love volleyball and I love to stay active and to play sports, and it's just so much fun. And do you want to hear a funny story about when I played volleyball? One time when we were all warming up, it was practice, not a game, thank goodness, and I was bending down and going to bump the ball and to pass it, and do you know what happened to my shorts? They ripped. They split in the back. It was so embarrassing. And then do you know what everybody called me after that? My nickname became Rip. So embarrassing. Have you ever had something funny happen to you? It's okay to be embarrassed sometimes, but it's also fun to remember those moments and to laugh about them. Okay, number 3. When I was younger, I loved to take my pictures and turn them into scrapbook pages. And I would design all kinds of fun things. Look at this clown. I remember making this on a ride in the motorhome. And this was a birthday I had, and I just always loved to create. I also not only like to create with paper, but I love to make things out of wood. And this is something I made in the woodshop class. It's a bowl that I made years ago when I was about 10 or 11. And do you know what? I love to make things out of wood so much that for Christmas, do you know what I asked Santa for? I asked him for a jigsaw. Do you see that picture? That is me crying because I got a jigsaw. Do you know what a jigsaw is? It's a saw that has a blade about this long, like a knife, and it goes up and down really, really fast. And you can create all kinds of things with it. I was so excited that Christmas morning, and who knew that a girl would want a jigsaw for Christmas? But I love to be creative. That is why I love Rock Art Camp, because we get to be creative and learn and have so much fun together. Number 4, have you ever held an orangutan? This is an orangutan. I picked this book up from the library today. My kids love to go to the library. Here's a side note, an extra bonus. I love to read, and so do my kids. And so I picked up this book so I could show you a picture of an orangutan, because you know what happened? One day when I was filming for a music video, I was a rock star for 2 days. It was so fun. After I finished filming, I went outside of the studio, and in this little courtyard, it was kind of in between the buildings, there was a man that had a orangutan with him. Isn't that crazy? And so I walked up really quietly. I didn't get too close because I was a little nervous. And do you know what the orangutan did? Look at this picture. Yes! He jumped out with his big long arms and grabbed onto me. I was standing there by my mom, and he didn't go to my mom. He went to me, and he grabbed his big long arms around me and his big legs around me. They were long around my waist, like you can see right here in the picture. Isn't that crazy? It was the coolest thing. He was so cute, and then he looked at me, and it was so amazing. I'm so glad my mom took a picture. Isn't it so neat to look at pictures of the things that you have done in your life? It is so fun, and I'm so glad I have this picture, because guess what? I've never been able to hold an orangutan since. That was such a fun experience. Number 5, the last one I want to tell you about is about my name. Now, my name is actually not Melia, it's Joy, but I go by what my middle name is, which is Pua Melia A'ala. Do you see this bracelet? This was given to me by my auntie, and she was amazing. I loved her so much. And this is a Hawaiian bracelet. Now, when I was born, all the aunties and my grandma and everybody got together, and they helped my mom come up with my name. And so my middle name is Pua Melia A'ala. You might have recognized Melia. That's where I got my name from, was part of my middle name. Do you know that I have 5 A's in my middle name and 3 A's all right next to each other? Isn't that amazing? Now, Pua Melia A'ala is actually talking about a very famous flower in Hawaii. This is a picture of the plumeria flower. If you ever go to Hawaii, step out of the airplane and the airport and take a big sniff, and you are going to smell the plumeria flowers. They are all over. Have you ever seen a lei of flowers? They're usually plumeria flowers. That is what they do when they greet somebody, is they'll give them a lei, which is kind of like a necklace made out of flowers, and it smells so good. And so my name is the plumeria flower. And you know what I love about my name is that it helps me to remember where I come from and my heritage, which is where my ancestors, where my grandparents and great-grandparents came from. And so do you know what I really love to do? Here's your little bonus one about me, is I love to dress up like a pirate. Ahoy, mateys! I love to help people learn about where they came from. Learn about their family and their heritage and what country their family came from. It is so fun, and I love to do it pirate style. And so I am so excited to be here with you and to help you learn how to be creative and to learn so many fun things during our rock art camp. And there might even be a little magic. High five!
High five!
All right. Now it is your turn. So high five us and go share a little bit about you so we can be a rock art family.
Yeah, we can all be one big family. So tell us about you. Thank you for joining us for the Furry Friends Rock Art Camp. Woohoo! It was fun.
That was fun.
We should do some more of that.
Yes, that was awesome.
Come back next time. This is super fun.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I like the action shot then. What? You're a basketball guy. We'll see.
So cute. When I see things like that, it just makes my heart.
You should put one or two.
Yeah, there's one. But for now, just rest and be sure.
Little tails.
Can take away the light that fills you from head to toe. job, Oliver. Is he always?